In the previous video, we have seen the indeterminate forms and types of indeterminate forms. Yes, and in this video, we are going to see the not indeterminate forms, like the forms which is not related to any types of indeterminate forms. So first form, let's see, one-sided limit. First is limit x tends to 0 plus 1 upon x. First, what is the value of this limit? This limit, if x tends to 0 plus, then this x is going to be 0 plus, and the value is going to be plus infinity. And this is not the indeterminate form. And the second property which we need to remember, like limit, this is the not the indeterminate form, but this property is related to the one-sided limits, which we can say like this limit above 0 plus infinity, we will get for that limit. This is the one-sided limit, 1 upon x. This value is going to be minus infinity. Value of limit x tends to 0 minus 1 upon x. If we put 0 minus here, then this value is going to be minus infinity. But if we take both the limits, as according to both the limits, what we can say here is limit x tends to 0 1 upon x does not exist. Why we are saying here like that does not exist? Because the left hand limit and right hand limit is not equal. So that's why we are saying that limit does not exist at 0, x tends to 0. Yes, does not exist. Yes. Okay, let's see. Third property, what we need to remember is, let me change the color so it is easy to understand. If you got like that 1 upon infinite in any question, 1 upon infinite or 0 upon infinite. Okay, so for first value, we can say that if 1 upon infinity is basically 0, yes, and 0 upon infinite is also 0. But this is not this is not related to any indeterminate forms. Okay, and the third property is that, and now the fourth property is like infinite dot infinite. This is look like that the product property of indeterminate forms, but this is not. It is not the indeterminate forms. It is not related to any indeterminate form. What we can say, that is infinity multiplied by infinity. Then this is basically infinity. And fifth property we are going to know, that is, let me draw a line. Yes, fifth property is 0 power infinite. If you saw like this in any questions of limits or differentiation anywhere in the mathematics, but here necessarily we talking about the limits. So in the limits, if you saw like that, that basically means 0 power infinity. It means that 0. We have seen in the previous video, we have seen like 0 power anything is 0. So 0 power infinity is 0, or don't be confused about that 0 minus infinity, what it would be. So this is going to be 0. This is also 0, and no, this is not the 0. If 0 power minus infinity, it means that it is infinity. Okay, and another property, that is 0 infinite power infinite. It means that this is going to be infinite. And another thing which is we can remember, like minus infinity, what this is. Yes, we can write it as 1 upon infinite. Yes, 1 upon infinite we have seen here. 1 upon infinite we have seen here. So this is basically what? This is basically 0. This is infinite, 1 upon infinite power infinite. Then it is basically infinite power infinite. We have seen that is infinite. So this is basically 0. Okay, now complete.